This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Tuesday morning to everybody. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190, because we are the Patriot. Everybody deserves 15 minutes of recognition. You've heard me before, not fame. You have to earn that 15 minutes of fame, but you're given 15 minutes of recognition because you're an American, and we all deserve to be heard. Some not so much as others, but we all deserve to be heard at some point. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe the national political scene. I don't play much national politics. You can get that anywhere and everywhere. You can only get the local scene here. And that's what we like to stick with. But we're going to take care of our community service. Then we're going to get into the judges again. We're going to talk about voting rights, and anybody that's got anything to do with the election, with politics, feel free to call. Toll free 1-888-394-1430 on the east side, 394-1190. Friends of the Masonic Lodge, number 474, out of Columbia, Illinois, that is. Well, that's Saturday, March the 5th. And doors open at 6. Hell, we'll go. That's a little bit too far down the road. I'm not going to go there. Granite City Masonic Lodges, their barbecue, held this Friday, January the 29th, from 11 a.m. until it's sold out. They're located at 20th and Cleveland in Granite City, Illinois. For any questions or concerns, you can contact Matt at 618-381-4831. The Department of Veteran Affairs, great group of people, the veterans. I can never say enough about our veterans, past, present, and future. The St. Louis Fisher House Trivia Night. The Northwest Chamber in the St. Louis, Missouri Masonic Lodge number 1. They're sponsoring their 3rd annual trivia night to benefit the St. Louis Fisher's House. It'll be held Saturday, February the 13th at the Moolah Shrine Temple at 12,545 Fifi Road in St. Louis. 94% of all the funds collected by the Fisher House go directly to the veterans. Again, time and place, Saturday, February the 13th, starts at 6:30 p.m. If you have any questions or concerns, and if you can get involved, please do, to help our great veterans out and the Shriners. You can call Steve at 314-205-0800. What else do we have here? Don't forget, Saturday, February the 13th, coming up, the Silver Creek Quail Forever Club. Their chicken and beer dance in Albers, Illinois. $25 in advance, $30 at the door. Music by Cactus Moon. Any questions or concerns, contact Dave at 618-920-0074. Chris Bardot and all of our good friends at St. Wenceslaus over in St. Louis, Saturday, February the 13th. They're having their Valentine's Trivia Night. It's at the corner of Oregon and Arsenal, $20 per person. Table limits, 10 per table. If you want to get involved, you can call Kathy at 314-588-0770. The Millstadt Bowl-a-thon fundraiser coming up Saturday, January the 23rd, this Saturday. No, that was last Saturday, wasn't it? No, that's over. That shows you how organized I am. Mouse races. And see, people, that's what I tell you. Don't expect a professional radio host because I'm far from being professional. I'm an average individual who have commandeered the airways. And I hear people say, I don't want to get off on a tangent. Romanik, you pronounce this wrong. You pronounce that wrong. I say, hey, what did it cost you to hear me pronounce something wrong? Well, nothing. Well, I said, then kiss my ass. I'll pronounce anything wrong I want. I'm far from perfect, and if you want a perfect sumbitch, you better go somewhere else. Mouse races, February the 20th, at American Legion Post 485 in Dupo, Illinois. Races start at 7 p.m., tickets $10 at the door. Any questions or concerns, you can contact our good friend Victor Heitman at 618-337-3202. Family-friendly quarter auction benefiting the Children's Dyslexia Center of Southern Illinois, a Scottish Rite charity. Again, great people, the Shriners, the Scottish Rite people. It'll be held this Saturday, January the 30th at Frank Scott Parkway, 1549 Frank Scott Parkway West in Belleville. Doors open at 6:30. Bidding begins at 7. Free admission. You have to rent a paddle for $5. There's going to be hot dogs. There's going to be French fries, hamburgers, a bar available. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact 618-235-9392. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our great entertainment sports stations and our golden oldies, plus our cool killer classic country right here on 1190. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and also now from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. On this date, January the 20th. What the hell is that? You know, I thought I was the biggest idiot. I got guests coming in, and they can't even turn the damn phone off. You turn your damn phone off at funerals, turn it off here, because this is like a funeral. I'm killing the airways, so turn off the damn phones. God, boy, oh boy. My show's bad enough, and these guys, my friends, want to make it even worse, and it's not possible, so don't waste your time. On this date, January the 26th, 1802, Congress passed an act calling for a library to be established within the U.S. Capitol. On this date, January the 26th, 1838, the nation's first prohibition law against alcohol passed in Tennessee. On this date, January the 26th, 1886, Carl Benz patented the first automobile with gasoline burning engine. On this date, January the 26th, 1905, the world's largest diamond was found in at the Culligan Diamond Field. It was 3,106 carats. You can find the largest, biggest idiot at the St. Clair County Courthouse, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. Hey, and Sweet Cakes, somebody said, and I don't know if it's true, that you were drinking out of the urinal down in the boys' locker room. If there's any truth to that, you know that stuff don't taste very good. Now, if you're out on the desert, Kern, then you drink your urine, but you don't drink it at the Y, you dumbass idiot. January the 26th, 1907, a law prohibiting corporate campaign contributions to candidates for national office was passed by Congress. I wonder whatever the hell happened to that law. These corporations give these big shot son of a bitches running for presidents millions of dollars, and these bastards take it and do what the hell they want. Come on, let's get back. See, these no good bastards, they're no good son of a bitches. On this date, January the 26th, 1915, Rocky Mountain National Park was created by Congress. On this date, January the 26th, 1989, not too long ago. Now, I don't believe this. These are lying some bitches as bad as the politicians. AT&T reported first loss in 103 years. Are you nuts? Back then, AT&T was the only game in town. They didn't have all these Sprint phones, and they took a loss, and they're screwing us with all our taxes. Hey, AT&T, kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass. I don't need you son of bitches anymore. On this date, January the 26th, 1998, President Bill Clinton denied having an affair with a White House intern, saying, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. You know, that lying son of a bitch. But see, he's a politician. And our laws are made, now listen to me, people, they're made by the politicians. They're enforced by the politicians. But do you hear me? They are not obeyed by the politicians. What the hell's wrong with that crap? Everybody knows Clinton lied. The no good son of a bitch. They had semen stain. You know, him and his old lady. What two pieces of crap? And I know there's a lot of Democrats out there. But it don't make any difference. You know, I go to jail for obstruction. He said I lied 150 times. I mean, I don't think I lied at all. But if that was the fact, I lied probably 600 because I didn't know. And I go to jail for 18 months. This son of a bitch gets to be president and gets oral sex. Well, I could have got oral sex in prison, too. I just wasn't up for it at that point in time. Oh, boy, oh, boy. That's what happened on this date, January the 26th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I talked with a gentleman from St. Louis, from the Argus newspaper, the St. Louis Argus newspaper, E.L. Amin. His nickname's TD for touchdown. I guess he was a good football player. They're bringing the St. Louis Argosy over to the Metro East. He's going to be my guest on Thursday. It's a proud black newspaper, and they're going to be coming into town and trying to do some business in the Metro East. So he called, and I said, sure, you can come on. We want to help the whole community, black, white, Hispanic. We're here to help the community, to inform the community, to inspire and motivate the community, and I think we're doing good at this point in time. But E.L. Amin, TD, from the Argus newspaper, will be our guest on Thursday to talk about the upstart on the Illinois side of the St. Louis Argosy. Mike Kachmar, Bronze Star combat vet and a Union Miner Cemetery board member. He said he wanted to talk about, there's a special coming on PBS on Channel 9 Tuesday, January the 26th. That's today. It's all about the coal miners in West Virginia. Said the same stuff, crap happens in Illinois all the time. And so that'll be Channel 9 Tuesday, January the 26th today on PBS, Channel 9. He says, you have many daily listeners here in Mount Olive in southern Macoupin County. I am constantly telling people to listen to you. I may not agree with everything you say, and I appreciate that, Mike, because I don't agree with everything I say sometime after I listen to what I say, but that's just the hell the way it is. He says, I may not agree with you, but I love that you say it and stick by your beliefs, and I do that, Mike. I have your KZQZ bumper sticker on my car that you gave me in Gillespie, Illinois 4.5 years ago, and I wear my T-shirt proudly. Laugh out loud. Mike Kachmar. And, Mike, I want to salute you not only for your bravery on the battlefield, but you and your fellow workers in the very, very dangerous coal mines. I want to salute you guys, all the coal miners throughout this great country. You guys never get accolades. Let a politician come out, he'll get a bridge named after him, he'll get a street named after him, because you know what? He sit there one day in his damn office, and the air conditioner didn't work. So he deserves some kind of medal for fighting through that whole day in that suit and tie, and it was only 75 degrees. It wasn't a comfortable 70 degrees. When these coal miners are down, sucking up all that poison, some of them dying so we can have energy in this great country. They never get saluted. I want to salute. I wish there was a, we're going to play Coal Miner's Daughter later, and we may do that. I want to salute all the coal miners all throughout this great state, all throughout this great region, all throughout this great country. See, you guys are many of the unsung heroes. Nobody talks about you, but we like your product. Nobody gives a damn when you die. We like your product. But when a politician dies, there's 5 million people in the funeral procession. See, that's not right, people. But, hey, Mike, thank you very much. And we may play Coal Miner's Daughter. I don't know if that's significant, but all you coal miners, thanks for what you do day in and day out. Well, not right now, but let's get it. I'm going to do that for the coal miners. Got this gal here, Ellen Krantz. She's the president of I Vote. Now, this pisses me off. She says, as you may know, less than 40% of eligible Illinois voters voted in the 2014 midterm election. Less than 40% that were registered. This was the lowest general election turnout since Illinois began tracking voter turnout in 1960. Democracy works best when all eligible citizens are able to participate. But in Illinois, there are 2.3 million eligible citizens who are not registered. Now, she knows I'm running for state rep, and I would be part of either passing or denying this bill. Senate Bill 2134 would change this. Please find attached a commitment form to support. Now, what the hell? Hey, honey, I'm not committing to nothing. See how these bastards are? They want you to commit before you get elected. You know what I'm going to commit to? I'm going to commit to representing my people in the 114th Legislative District, East St. Louis, Washington Park, Allerton, Centerville, Millstadt, Cahokia, Lebanon, O'Fallon, Shiloh, Freeburg. That's who I'm going to commit to, lady. Ellen Krantz. But here's what pisses me off more than anything. The bill says, automatic voter registration bill. If enacted, it would simply change the voter registration process and everybody would be registered to vote. You know how much fraud will be made out of that? It says it'll make our election system more modern, more fair, and more representative. No, I disagree with you. If somebody won't take the time, the 5, 10, 15 minutes, and there's deputy registrars all over, if somebody won't take the time to register, I'll be damned if they should have the right to vote. You know, these people, everybody, hey, I tell you what, let's vote out of our beds. Let's get all the beds to have a voting machine in them. So we don't even have to, we can be having sex and we can vote. That way we can have sex while we're voting. And after we vote for these son of a bitches, they'll screw us afterwards. So we'll just have a marathon of sex. Let's do that. What are you telling me, everybody? No, if you can't take 10, 15 minutes to register, the hell with you, and I don't give a damn if you're for me. This is America. We got to give a little bit, people. You can't keep taking money out of, can't keep stealing money out of the cookie jar that the dad and mom throw those change in, and you keep taking money out. Remember when we was younger? I kept putting my hand in there. There wasn't nothing but a roach. It was a cockroach. We didn't even have money. But you can't keep going. You got to give back to this great country. But for this lady to think I'm going to sign some kind of commitment before I even get elected. First, I got to get elected, you idiot, Ellen Krantz. And then after I get elected, I got to go talk to my bosses in the 114th Legislative District. How novel is that? You ask the people that put you in office what you want them to give you and what you want to give them. And I want to give them the respect. They want to give me the vote. I'm trading off their vote for my respect. Because when I get their vote, they're going to get my respect. And that's right. This is your friendly felon. I don't want to hear it from Bear Civic. I don't want to hear it from Kern, from Sprague. I'm not perfect. I've never said I was a perfect candidate. My campaign literature is going to read discount, 100% off. I'm not taking a salary, but the 100% off is because, see, when you go to the store to buy a television and there's a scratch on the television, it's a damaged television. And what happens when you buy damaged goods? You get a discount, and I'm giving 100% discount because I'm damaged good. But now take that big screen television home that's got a scratch on the back side that you got for a discount. That son of a bitch works perfect. It looks perfect. And Bob Romanik guarantees you, I pledge to you, I will work perfect. I will work hard, and you'll never get a better discount from a political person than Bob Romanik. But no, I believe that if you want to vote, you ought to take a few minutes and go register. I know this early voting, that's not bad. Absentee, I don't know. I'm still up and down on that. And I don't mind the convenience of an absentee ballot as long as these absentee ballots are done properly, are voted on properly. That's the only problem I have. We've got some callers. Hold on, let me get to this. Got this from Reverend Qualls, and I appreciate it. St. Clair County, early voting will start in St. Clair County February the 5th through March the 14th. The locations are O'Fallon Township Building, Caseyville Township Building in the county clerk's office in Belleville. Early voting is now being accepted by mail. You can get your applications for early voting. There will also be, oh boy, here we go, same-day registration, where you can register on Election Day as long as you have a picture ID and another form of ID. Well, I guess that's not too bad. I just hope it works out in people. And not just in East St. Louis, and we always bad rap East St. Louis. There's a lot of honest, decent people in East St. Louis. Hell, if they don't steal the election down in East St. Louis, the bad guys, not the good guys. You got Mr. Haney, Tom Holbrook, I got a deal for you. That no good son of a bitch. There ain't no telling what the hell goes on up there. But I'll tell you, there's going to be a federal election. There's going to be federal judges. So all you rotten bastards, watch out. Let's watch out. You guys know about here comes Carl Officer, the co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and Steve Denari, the executive director. They're going to be with me momentarily, but I gotta spit a little bit more crap here. These three judges, we got them. They're running for cover. These no good son of a bitches. They're saying, well, we can do this. Well, it was a 4-4 tie. They thought they were going to run away with it. That 4-4 tie means that there's questions, a lot of questions to be asked. There was a suit filed yesterday for judicial review, and it's going to end up in the Illinois Supreme Court. And I've talked with a couple scholars, constitutional scholars, and they both told me that if it gets to the state Supreme Court, and it's going to, I promise you that, Barra-Civic, promise you that, Haida, Lachine, it ain't going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty. But these rotten bastards, see, here's the problem. Ken Menzel, he's the attorney for the State Board of Elections, said that the individuals may be able to run if you get more signatures, if they get thrown off the ballot. See, here's what's happening. They're circling the wagons, the Democrats. If they get thrown off the ballot, they're saying, oh, they can still run because there's nobody running. I say they're wrong. You cannot caucus a judicial candidate in. If they're off the ballot, they're going to remain off the ballot. But now they're saying that Hayden Bear Civic would have to have about 8,000, and they could get those signatures. They'd go out and get those signatures somehow. But it says, while the 1990 state court decision may allow this, whether it can actually be done is not known. It's going to take a court battle, and this is the first time these rotten bastards in St. Clair County have come up with idiots like me and Dallas Cook. Dallas not an idiot. Dallas Cook, he's a fighter. I'm an idiot, but I'm a fighter too. I don't have enough sense not to keep fighting these rotten bastards, so we're going to fight them. And we're fighting them for us, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and we're fighting them for you good people. It's going to cost thousands of dollars. It's going to take a lot of aggravation, a lot of work. But we're fighting the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We're fighting for everybody in St. Clair County, and I just hope everybody gets behind us. I hope everybody knows what's going on. But now they're going to try to position themselves that if they get thrown off the ballot, they can get back on. No, you had to petition by a certain date. That date's gone. So, guys, you can play all the games you want, but you're not going to win in the end. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Good morning, you nasty bastard. You.
Hey, thank you. What's your address so I can send you a clock? Ticking, of course. What's going on? What's going on?
This is Dave, buddy. How are you?
Fine, sir. What's going on in your world, Dave?
Hey, Bob, everything's well. And I hope Mr. Officer's by you, because I want his opinion. I hear a lot of the Democrats try to play this race card where they say having to show a driver's license is discriminatory. Well, you just said yourself when they're having the same day where you can vote the same day as register, you got to show a driver's license. And honestly, I don't understand that. But I'll even take it a step further, Bob. As a taxpayer, if someone can't afford an ID, I would pay for it out of my own pocket to ensure that the voting process is kept safe to where, Bob Romanik votes for Bob Romanik, not Bob Romanik votes for Bob Romanik and Carl Officer.
I got
Does
you,
that make
Dave.
sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. I agree with you. Hey, wait, you have Jetson in? You got George Jetson in that car with you? I can hear something beeping, or is that somebody else's beeping?
Well, no, that was me. As you know, I'm in law enforcement, so I do make an occasional call from a stationary command post.
Hey, Dave, I tell you what, I salute you and all your comrades. You guys do a great job, and I appreciate you, Dave, because when you call. I appreciate you because you call and you really are sincere what you talk about. What I don't appreciate is when you call, you make me look worse and sound worse than I usually do. So can you dummy it up a little bit when you call next time?
Well, Bob, you kind of remind me of Clint Eastwood in Heartbreak Ridge. Remember where the one sergeant paid him a compliment by calling him that? And that's the most complimentary thing I can say to you, Bob.
Well, I know that, and I appreciate. Yeah, but you sound intelligent, and you make me sound even more unintelligent than I am.
Hold on, let me take my teeth out. What you thinking me now, boy? How do I sound, son?
Okay, now you're at my level. You're at my level. Hey, Dave, I understand what you're saying. I appreciate you guys over there. All you do for our great country. You let all your friends and partners say thanks for us for all you do.
Well, Bob, let me thank you for you covering the Illinois and the Missouri side. And here's a new nickname for Mr. Officer. Carl, the Apollo Creed officer, because he's always remind me of Carl Weathers. So you might knock him down, but you don't knock him out. And always been a fan of his from a distance. So I know he's there. If he's not there, pass that along to him.
Hey, Dave, here he is right here. But I tell you, don't ever call him Apollo Creed. He's taking off his shirt and showing me that chest of his. Now, damn, I ain't had breakfast yet. Carl, what do you got to say to Dave?
Well, good morning, and thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Let me tell you something. When it comes to voter ID, particularly photo voter ID, the late, great Alan J. Dixon, when he was Secretary of State of Illinois, asked me to work for him. And I was proud to put in 1977, the very first photo driver's license for the state of Illinois. We started that in May of 1977. And then it came to my attention, and I brought it to Alan's attention. We gave free photo IDs for any citizen in the state of Illinois. I remember going to Chicago. There was a notorious public housing unit called Cabrini Green. Remember former mayor, what was that lady's name?
Jane
Byrne. Said she stayed there overnight a couple of nights, really. I took Alan there. We gave out nearly 10,000 free photo IDs. And I would venture to say that in the city of Chicago, that even with free photo IDs, you still had a tremendous amount of voter fraud. I do think it is a ruse for some elected officials to say they want everybody to come to the polls with a photo ID. In 99% of the precincts anywhere in the United States, you'll find this out next Monday night in Iowa, people know who their neighbors are. They know who lives where. If you come to my precinct, and Dave, you're always welcome to ride with me, and I'll walk you around my precinct. There are so many vacant houses and buildings in my community, and I guarantee if you go to the St. Louis Board of Elections with me, you'll see that 85% of those vacant buildings got people registered in them to vote. And I know they don't live there. I know they don't vote there. Heck, half of them I've buried. They're at my cemetery in Millstadt. That's where they need to be registered. But I appreciate you giving me a call. Thank you.
Hey, Dave, thanks a lot. You guys, all of yous over there, be safe and be secured. And know that there's a lot of angry Americans, Dave, who are fighting to support you good police officers. Not the few bums with the badges, but the professional police officers, which you are one. So you be safe. You make it home safe, Dave, and thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Now, everybody knows I don't get along with the News Democrat because they tell about half-truths, and they never give you the opportunity to fight it because they'll put it on the 8th page. They'll put what they lied about on the front page, and then the correction will be on the 9th page. And it's only an 8-page paper, but I do want to salute reporters Beth Hunsdorfer and George Palazic and the photographer Zia Nizami. They won the 2016 John Jay College Award for Excellence in Criminal Reporting Award. And I want to salute them. But I got to say, it's like a softball to those guys because they're insane. They report in St. Clair County. So, hell, there's so much crime going on, but they do cover the crime scene in St. Clair County. And I don't want to salute the Belleville News Democrat by any means. But I do want to salute when my enemies do good, I acknowledge it. And these guys aren't my enemies. The paper that they work for is, but hey, that's okay. But I want to salute Beth Hunsdorfer, George Palazic, and photographer Zia Nazmini for their 2016 John Jay College Excellence Award in reporting on criminality in St. Clair County. And that's awful nice. It's a good award. So, guys, I salute you. Now, tomorrow I may be cussing you out. Do it the right way, and you won't get any help from me. We're going to talk to Carl and Steve momentarily, but Bear Civic, I'm filing some more jib complaints. I told you people, and they're trying to avoid me, but I want him charged with official misconduct. He sat at the county office, people, that we're paying for, his county office and the county courthouse that we're paying for, on the time that he was working, on our tax dollar that we're paying for, on the telephone, the hardline telephone that's owned by us, the citizens of St. Clair County, and talked to a reporter and said how bad a guy I was, and that's okay, but he talked about every Republican in St. Clair County. He has no respect for him. I asked, how can a Republican ever get a fair shake? But more so than that, it had nothing to do with the judicial system. This guy used his office for personal gains. That's a state statute charge of official misconduct. And Brendan Kelly, I'm demanding at this point that he be indicted for official misconduct. You indict everybody else. It's time that Bear Civic paid the piper. And just as egregious, he's sitting on the bench. They cannot. A judge has to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Not impropriety, the appearance of impropriety. And for him to be a sitting chief judge in the 20th Judicial Circuit and talk about me, and I don't care about me, it's the principle, and talk about all the Republicans in St. Clair County and all the people that he doesn't like, you got to resign from that bench. You need to have your ass thrown off, you unethical son of a bitch, and I'm calling you out. St. Clair County 20th Judicial Circuit Chief Judge John, red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle, Bear Civic. And my poodle's pecker ain't as red as your face. My mother used to call him, what do you call him? I can't remember. Beat, Mr. Beat Man, because he looks like a beat. But Bear Civic, your days are numbered. Politically, of course, I'm not tolerating it. And I hear last night, watch out, Bob. They're watching your campaign distributions. They're watching everything. Hey, I tell all of yous, I'm driving the clown car. I'm at 6500 West Main. I'll be driving up and down Belleville. You rotten scumbag criminal bastards, come and get me. I may be a no good son of a bitch, but I ain't half as no good as you bastards. So don't threaten me. Don't promise me. Just do me. And when I say do me, I think you know what I'm talking about. You rotten bastards. I'll meet you at the urinal anytime. You no good son of a bitch is going to threaten. I'm too old and too stupid to be threatened at this point in my life. The only thing I got to live for, and I mean this, people, is to expose and destroy the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. So you rotten bastards ought to put a bullet in my head. That's the only way. No, you better. I ain't got a heart either. Shoot me in the ass. I got a big ass. Maybe it'll kill me. That's the only way you're going to shut me up. And I don't mean shoot me politically. Of course, shoot me, you no-good bastards. I want to talk to my good friend, Mayor Carl Officer. Mayor, you got your Executive Director, Steve Denari, here, and he's not very good looking, but he's awful intelligent. And he's came down from Chicago because he feels, and the leaders in Springfield and Chicago, we're on their radar, Mayor, because they've never seen throughout the state, never seen a movement like we've put on in St. Clair County. And I think with the people's help, we can change this county and turn it around.
Well, I'm very honored to have Steve accept the position that he took with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. And I want to say on behalf of Roger and myself, we're proud of the work we've been able to do. Yeah, the folks in Springfield recognize. Yes, the people in Chicago recognize. But we've even gotten calls from Washington, D.C. There are, and this is the beauty about America, and you say it all the time about freedom. We've gotten calls from both Democrats and Republicans, and we've had calls and inquiries from people who have never voted before, inquiries from, I guess you would call them, independents. People are paying attention to what the Freedom Coalition is about. I watched the debate of the town hall meeting last night. I listened to Mr. Trump the other day. I listened to some other candidates. Do you know, on the real side, both presidential campaigns from both the Republicans and the Democrats, they're all talking coalition. They're all talking about ways to come together, particularly when you look at ISIS, Bob. I know you don't get into national and international politics, and neither does the coalition for the most part. But I find it interesting and exciting that people are starting to recognize the fact that no one group has all the answers. No one group has a monopoly on being right.
Right.
This is America, and your neighbors and my neighbors, there's no reason that we can't come together. That's what Roger and I did. Roger lives in a rural area of this county. I live in probably the most urban area of the county. But we're able to set aside any differences. Quite frankly, can't think of a whole lot that we had.
Well, but with the diversity, Mayor, you're a proud black man, a Democrat by trade, but you've been pushed out of the party like we all have. Roger's a Republican, a white Republican from the outer country. No more diversity can you have than you two guys.
And we've been able to sit down and work with people from all walks of life, from all areas of the county, and we're very proud to being able to do it. I want to be sure that folks understand we are concerned about St. Clair County. We have seen, as former mayors, both Roger and myself, we have seen the devastation that has been perpetrated on the people of St. Clair County by a corrupt political machine. There's no other way to say it. It is the culture of corruption. Some of the men and women who have been involved in it are decent people, but they're afraid of their jobs. They're afraid of their family being hurt. There's just a small handful of controlling demagogues who have made this situation the way it is. We believe now that in just a short order, the American people that live in St. Clair County, both Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, will be able to throw off that yoke of a burden and be able to be truly free at last. And finally, let me just throw this at you. I know we've said it before, but part of the reason we've been able to do this is because we've had friendship of you and this radio station to be able to get the message out. If we had tried to just do this block by block, I'm not sure we would have gotten the kind of response. I went to a meeting last night, and I want to just share with you very briefly. I went to a group that my grandfather years ago was one of the founders of, the Commanders of the Right. It's called, that's the name of it. It's a Masonic order, ancient and accepted Scottish Rite Masonry. And I was sitting there with my fellow brothers, and I walked in there, and I had at least 5 to half a dozen guys ask me about you, ask me about this radio station and your broadcast and what you do. And one of the gentlemen came very clearly and said to me, he really wants to know more about Roger because he remembers when he was a deputy sheriff for St. Clair County. He's a black guy out of East St. Louis. And he said he remembers Roger Cook fighting for the state of Illinois to be able to hire black police officers and firefighters and public employees in the city of Belleville. He knows that was blocked before Roger got there. And you and I talked a little bit off.
By Mayor Kern, Sweet Cakes Kern, the mayor at that time. You and I talked a little bit off the air about that. You know, one of the things that makes this thing so interesting, I did not ask any of these men. We did not discuss politics. He brought this to me. We were there to have a business meeting about something completely different, which I'm going to throw at you right now. We're having a charity and scholarship banquet this coming Saturday night at the Shrine. I found out we got over 60 men and women coming from Chicago to support this charity banquet for scholarships. No, they're coming from Peoria. They're coming because this is one of the oldest organizations in the state of Illinois, run by African Americans. And I know you may not be able to come and stay, but I think if you could just walk by and just shake a hand. This is one of the reasons I'm so proud of this. Not a dime of this money that we raise, goes toward administration. Great.
We don't take any money out to buy stamps. We don't take any money out to pay for the phone bill. 100% of this money goes to pay for children in disadvantaged areas to go to college and to help with widows and orphans. This money is strictly 100% charity, and I'm really proud of what my fellow commanders of the right do. And
when's it going to be, Mayor?
It's going to be this Saturday night at 7 o'clock at the Shrine.
At the Shrine. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll keep you both.
Yeah, I will tell your people I'll be there. I'd like to donate $1,000 of their scholarship fund, and it'd be an honor and a privilege to meet those great people.
I will certainly pass that on. But, let me go back to this Freedom Coalition. You and I have some challenges. But I believe that here at this radio station, KQQZ, I hope to be able to have the time to talk to listeners and voters to find out their concerns. And you and I want to talk after the break about this airport. I got an idea. Okay,
we want to get Mr. Denari in momentarily, too. But before we take a break, you talked about the proud black community, and I always talk. I hope everybody is proud of their color, their heritage, what they're about. But the New Vision Democrats out of East St. Louis, Robert Eastern, Oliver Hamilton, these guys, they've been pushed out by the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. They've been pushed out by the plantation Negroes, the Charlie Powells, the Alvin Parks, the Alonzo Greenwoods, and they got tired of it, Mayor, and they started the New Vision Democrats. It's a new vision for a better tomorrow for the proud community of East St. Louis. And I want to salute Robert Eastern, Oliver Hamilton. They are the true Democratic Party of the people. Their headquarters is 22nd and State Street in East St. Louis. They've got it all dressed up, patriotic. And anybody that's tired of that corruption in East St. Louis, this is the first step of the journey to end this culture of corruption. So go by 22nd State Street to the New Vision Democratic's headquarters at 22nd State. Talk with Robert Eastern, talk with Oliver Hamilton, or all the great guys out there, because they're fighting the fight down there like we're fighting it up here, Mayor.
I agree with you 100%. I'm very honored to see that these men have taken the bull by the horns and not allowed themselves to be prostituted like so many in the past. They are actually trying to make a difference in my hometown.
And they will make a difference with our help, with their help, with the people of St. Clair County helps. The difference is going to be made. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We don't have much time, but Mr. Steve Denari, Carl found him. I think they had been friends for a while. He knew what a good job he did as a political consultant. He is a political guru. Been all over Washington, D.C., Chicago. He's worked in campaigns for a lot of the presidential candidates. Steve Denari, Executive Director of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's an honor and a privilege to have you, Steve. And off the air, you said you had to correct me on something, right?
I do, Bob, and I'm just going to tell you, I was in Springfield yesterday as the Sangamon County Clerk, Don Gray, up there, had to issue a warning out that it may not be early voting February 5th. It may have to be delayed. It's because evidently somebody's objecting to Hillary Clinton's, you may have heard that name,
right,
petition, that she doesn't have enough signatures with middle initials, I guess, is the issue. Some people signed their voter registration card with this kind of nonsense. And a couple of people said to me, we know you got a candidate down there. One guy had heard you on the air in South Springfield because the channel does carry up that far. He says, we cannot get a Republican or a Democrat in the General Assembly to introduce a 21st century, even a 20th century bill to say this is how we should have petitions. You went through the process
right
here. Carl went through the process. He said, do you think if Bob Romanik got up here, and they're all kind of presuming going to win down here, do you think he would have the guts to introduce a bill? I said, well, I will certainly talk to him about it, but it sounds exactly like the kind of thing that Bob can bring to the table.
I would introduce that. I believe in easy ballot access. I believe if somebody wants to run, let them get on the ballot. Let's decide. Let's fight it out. Because these people that want to fight, but they don't have the money, they can't fight. It shouldn't be a money thing. It should be what's in your heart, what's in your gut, not what's in your wallet. What do you think, Mayor?
I always have believed that everyone ought to have the right to run for public office. They ought to be free, and I believe that you will introduce this legislation within 15 minutes of you being in the General Assembly.
Thank you very much. And when I go up there, you're going to help facilitate my trip to Springfield.
I'm going to handle your transportation.
You're going to handle my transportation. And if you think I'm lying, I probably will be dying. Mayor Carl Officer, it's always an honor and a privilege. We appreciate you forming in the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition with your co-chair, Roger Cook. We appreciate you bringing Steve Denari, the executive director, because this movement is a movement that's not been liked and not been seen in St. Clair County for 50 years, Mayor. We're getting new supporters every day, and I think there's going to be a dawn of a new day. What about you?
I just think we're just very honored for the people's support. We're very blessed that God has allowed us to have this opportunity, and thank you for this radio station.
Mayor Carl Officer, Steve Denari, thank you guys very much. Time to go. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. And stay out of the urinals, Kern. They're to urinate, not to drink. Radical radio, and we are, as always, proud not to be Bob Romanik, but I'm proud to be a patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place. If you got any sense, you'll take a crap for an hour and miss this damn show, but a lot of people don't. But I do appreciate the listenership. But together, people, and when I'm serious, and I mean this, I am fighting this fight till the end. I don't give a damn what they say they're going to do or what they tell me they're going to do. I don't give a damn what they do. I'm fighting this till the end, and I hope everybody understands the severity and the strength of this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. We're going to take it to St. Clair County. We may take it to Madison County. to Monroe, to Clinton, to Washington, where there is some corruption, but nothing like St. Clair County. We have to start where the biggest cancer is, and it is St. Clair County. So let's continue to unite, to band together, to expose these rotten political parasitical punks that we call politicians. And when it's all said and done, November the 8th, 2016, let's run these no-good cockroaches out of town. Let's run them out of this county. Let's run them out of this state. Let's take them to Iraq and let them destroy Iraq. And we can do that, people. So let's destroy them. Let's destroy their evil political machine. Destroy them politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me